A very good afternoon. You're watching the Big Lunch Hour with me, Akshita. And first up, some big news coming in. And now, Sri Ravi Shankar's Vidya Mandir under the scanner over a misconduct row. The SSRVM was founded, of course, by the spiritual leader Sri Ravi Shankar. And now what could definitely lead to the school being in a bit of trouble. The instructor of the school has been accused of misbehaving with a minor girl. The accused has been identified as D. Arifullah, who allegedly misbehaved with a Class 8 girl. On July 21st, the girl complained that she did not like the way he was looking at her. Arif, who has been working with the school for a year, is a fresher with an MPED degree. Students were being harassed by the instructor for some time, according to sources. So there we have it, yet another school now in the dock over what seems to be another case of harassment where the PE teacher has been accused of going ahead and misbehaving with students in a school. A minor has gone ahead and filed a complaint against D. Arifullah, who is the physical education teacher, and she has claimed that she did not like the way he was looking at her, and according to sources, it's not the first time. In fact, many students were being harassed by this particular instructor, and that too for quite some time, even as the safety of children is being questioned as of now in different schools. This particular school, which has been founded by Sri Ravi Shankar, which is the SSRVM or the Sri Ravi Shankar Vidya Mandir, has come under the scanner with a teacher, D. Arifullah, being under the scanner, and the complaint against him has been filed on July 21st by a Class 8 girl, a minor girl, who claims that she did not like the way he was looking at her. The complaint was issued by a Class 8 girl, and in her complaint she stated that the way he looked at her made her rather uncomfortable. And immediately there was a warning for misconduct on the school campus, and he was asked to go on a 15-day leave after the incident came to light. My colleague Arun joins us over the phone lines with more details. Arun, yet another incident which maybe highlights that schools are not so safe for students. Take us through what we know about this particular case.
No, Akshita, what we know is that this particular person in question, the physical training instructor, was apparently appointed last year because he seemed to have produced certificates indicating that he was one of the most outstanding students, etc. He's a native of Chitradurga, Davangere, that area, and he joined this particular school last year. But then we don't exactly know when this particular incident took place, but apparently the girl seemed to have voiced concern at perhaps some kind of a lecherous look that the instructor was harboring on her, and that seemed to have been heard by the parents as well as the management. And what we all know for sure is that a meeting seemed to have taken place between the management and the parents association, but the details of that are at this point of time not being revealed to the media. In fact, both sides are extremely tight-lipped. Only after a little bit of probing, some of the parents were willing to open up their mouth and speak off camera to the media person. And what they have suggested is, yes, there is some amount of merit in the in this particular point, and that is what actually transpired in the meeting with the school management. So while the school management, it appears at this point of time, is not willing, is completely cagey to reveal the details to a lot of people, including the government authorities and departments, for want of unnecessary attention. The parents are a little bit worried because once again we are seeing a situation where the school could be getting a bit of stick, in the sense that this kind of an incident is coming to light. So clearly a bit of a touch and go as far as the school and the parents are concerned, Akshita.
Right, Arun, do we know what kind of action has been taken against Arifullah now?
As you rightly pointed out, he's been asked to go on leave, but what we are now given to believe is that some of the officials, in fact, the officials, the block education officers is reported to have paid a visit to the school today, but unfortunately enough, today being a government holiday, the school was shut. So presumably some kind of a government action should be forthcoming on Monday. But remember, next week would be a truncated week in the sense that you have 2 days of holidays. So what kind of an action will the government initiate? Because remember, everyone, the public at large, is still having the Vidgya High School incident fresh in its mind. So they do want things to be sorted out in a manner in which the school students will be able to go back to the school without fear of anything happening to them. So what kind of assurances will the school management be willing to give? What kind of protective steps are they willing to take? And whether they have already taken some of these steps remain to be seen at this point of time, Akshita.
Right, Aruna, also, of course, it has been revealed that some of the sources have said that he has harassed other students as well. If you could throw more light along that front.
That is what we are given to believe, but no specific information is available at this point of time. In fact, the school, what we are given to believe, has two physical education instructors. One particular person takes care of wards between the in the classes 1 to 5, and the other instructor, that is Arifullah, used to take care of classes between 6 to 10. So clearly, the physical education timetable was split between these two instructors. We don't know at this point of time as to which standard student has raised a complaint. What we know is this particular complaint came in from a standard 8 student, girl child, and based on that information, the instructor has been asked to go on leave. But whether the other complaint also has come from the same age group or it's come from a different class, we don't have any information at this point of time on that particular piece of information, Akshita.
Right, no doubt, keeping in mind what's happened in Vidgya High, there may also be a sense of panic of sorts with such an incident coming to light, especially in this particular school, which has so many children. Do we know if any sort of official complaint has been made against this instructor?
There has been nothing which has happened, but what seems to have taken place at this point of time, Akshita, is that this meeting and in fact this particular sequence of events somehow got leaked to the media, and that is when actually this whole thing came to light. In fact, remember this particular the Sri Ravi Shankar Vidya Mandir reportedly has around 17,500 students, and there are as many as 44 Vidya Mandirs and 2 Seva Mandirs in Mumbai and Delhi. There is and they run quite a large number of educational institutions, including Sri Ravi Shankar PU College, a College of Ayurvedic Science and Research, as well as an Institute of Management Studies, besides a Center for Media Studies. So clearly, as far as this particular entity is concerned, they have sizable amount of interest as far as the education sector is concerned. They in fact cater to the education sector, starting right from perhaps kindergarten, going right up to college level education and beyond. So clearly this is a very big shocker as far as Bengaluru is concerned, because this particular board, which is affiliated to the CBSE board in Delhi, has been in existence for quite a long time, in fact for more than 5 years, and has created a niche. It's created a name for itself, and suddenly this kind of an incident could cast a shadow of gloom over the institution and its activities, Akshita.
Right, Arun, also do we know if any sort of statement has come through from the school authorities? Have they confirmed that such an incident has taken place?
Well, Akshita, they have refused to comment on it. In fact, the information, whatever is available in public domain to the media as such, is actually information which has been perhaps leaked out, or bits and pieces of which have actually been spoken informally to the media. There is no formal complaint, there is no formal information. In fact, when the principal of the school was queried, she is denied. In fact, when some of the media personnel went and asked her about what transpired in that meeting between the parents association and the teachers, she seemed to have said that this was a routine meeting where things like the academic syllabus, the mode of teaching and the existing infrastructure in the school premises, that was what came up for discussion. So there has been no kind of information whatsoever coming forthcoming as far as this particular incident is concerned from the management side. So whatever is come by way of information is the one that has been received from some of the students' parents who actually attended the meeting. Whether the parent of the aggrieved child who lodged the complaint or who set off the warning bell in the initial stage against Arifullah, whether that parent was also present in the group of parents who went and met the school administration, that also is not clear at this point of time, Akshita.
Right, Aruna. Also, of course, do we know exactly what took place? Because based on what we know, the little girl, the class 8 girl, has gone ahead and stated that she did not like the way Arifullah was looking at her. Do we know if what exactly took place, whether there was any sort of physical assault?
That is a little bit unclear at this point of time, Akshita, because as I said a little bit earlier, the whole thing is still not known. In fact, it's shrouded in a lot of controversy, and the whole thing, in fact, if there is somebody like perhaps the government officer, the BEO, etc., who talks to the management, only if they are willing to provide some kind of information, perhaps the rest of the world will be able to know. But at this point of time, as we speak, there is virtually no information available. What we have to do is that we have to rely on sources. In fact, what we know is that he has gone on leave. This particular person, Arifullah, who was an instructor in the school, has gone on leave from July 24th, that is day before yesterday. In fact, the complaint, what we know is, was received on July 21, and whether this happened on July 21 or happened before that also is not clear. But the meeting, what we know for sure, happened yesterday. In fact, the school director of academics, Reshma Ganesh, has said that there is no such thing. It is a completely baseless allegation, and in fact turned tables and said that the media could be blowing things out of proportion. So what we know is no physical proximity was reported, but the complaint was given on July 21st, and based on the complaint, it is believed that the person, the physical training instructor, was asked to go on leave from July 24th. In fact, he is actually a person who has a master's degree in physical education. He is an MPEd degree holder, and that is
right.
the development that has happened, Akshita.
Right, Arun, stay with us. We'll come back to you, but no doubt this particular issue has sent shockwaves across the city, keeping in mind what has taken place with Vibgyor High. What looks like yet another similar incident has come to light. As you can see, that is an email that has been sent out to a parent from the Miss Atri, who is of course the principal of the school, is what we understand. This is of course Miss Suma Atri, who sent out what looks like a letter to the parent, and even as she went on to state that no such incident has taken place, that the meeting that took place between her and parents was a general meeting. This email shows of course that an incident did take place in the campus of Sri Sri Ravi Shankar Vidya Mandir, and as you can see, what she stated in that letter is that it has In fact, she stated, "This is to bring to your kind notice that there was a concern regarding one of our PT instructors, Mr. Arifullah's conduct in the school premises. The same has been brought to the notice of SSRVM."